Welcome back to my channel, friends. This is Sonia here from Growing Craft, and I have really interesting stuff to show you. So this is what I have got recently, the custom made one, and this is the work which I have done on this. Now this has so much of shimmer metallic shades and the gold gliding work, and of course I have a video tutorial for you all. So let's get started. Welcome back to my channel, friends. This is Sonia here from Growing Craft, and today I have something really interesting, and this is one of the MDF customized cutout which I have got from Anne, and of course I'm sharing her links down with all the supplies. Whatever I'll be using in this tutorial are down in the description box. And for this one I have planned to use my gold gliding at the end. So before that I want to use some really nice colorful shades. So for that I have chosen this blue color metallic paint, the shimmer paint. Then I am going to use this purple shade and this orange shade. Now if you see them, all of these had the gold touch, so that's the reason I have picked up these three shades. And let me start. Now ideally I should prep up my base with a white color, but I did not wanted my colors to pop out too much, and that's the reason I am going to check out my white color part, the gesso part, and I'm just putting up a layer of water on my complete base. This is just to make sure that it blends really well here. Now I'll start with my orange shade. Now the reason why I have taken up my water layer first is only because I wanted to have a nice natural color blending work, and here and there wherever required, of course I am going to add my colors here. Okay, so nothing in specific, I'm just adding the colors randomly, and like I said, I am going to have nice color combination. I am planning to use some nice color blending technique here, so I will be playing around with the colors a lot. Now here I have chosen to use the metallic paints, but if you guys want, you all can play around with different colors, and maybe you can play around with chalk paints, and they are going to work really well. So it completely depends on what kind of work you are looking for, and that goes really well here. So as my base is already very wet, I'm just blending the colors wherever I want to have different varieties of shades here.
À deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'enfer, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter.
With my coloring work, and now it's time to dry it up. So I'm using my heat gun to speed up the drying process, and as I'm using my heat gun I can see that my colors are blending because I have used a lot of water, and that is what I really wanted to have this in my project. Now wherever I can see some lumps of my colors, that is because I had taken too much of color here and there. So I'll just dab my paintbrush and it's good to go.
à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter, de son ciseau d'enfer, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter.
Okay, so now this piece has dried out completely and it's looking absolutely gorgeous already. I just want to show you that even with a simple paint, your artworks can look so beautiful. So just compare these two. Can you really see that how these are looking? It's looking gorgeous. Now this is so shimmery, so nice, and this one is plain. This one, on this one I have not done anything. Now it's time to move on to the next step where we are going to do our gold gliding work. Now for this you need to have this adhesive, and this is water based gliding adhesive, and you need to apply this on your base. Now here I have taken a flat brush and a smaller size flat brush. Why? I'll tell you, because the thickness, the Broadway of this is around half inches, and more than half inches actually, and I just want to have my gliding work on some of the parts, not on the complete project. So I will be taking up my adhesive, the gliding adhesive, and I will be applying that randomly on some of the areas. Now this is just to make sure that I do not cover the complete areas at all, and I blend it well. That is really important, because I want to have a nice effect of gold gliding and the shimmery effect. So that's the reason I'm just going to apply this on some of the parts, not even on all the alphabets too. Now with the gliding adhesive you need to be careful, because once you are done with your adhesive work, you don't have to stick your leaf immediately. You need to give time for this to dry out for approximately 20-25 minutes. 20 minutes is enough time, the decent amount of time to make sure that it sticks well, and to know that your leaf, the gold leaves are going to stick well to your project. So as you can see that I'm not doing it on the complete areas, and I'm just doing a bit of dabbing work here and there. Now this is a process which you can do always on the second layer also. Like once you're done with your one step of gold gliding, if you feel that you need to add more, then definitely you can add some more leaves here and there, and that's the second step, but that is optional. That is completely optional. Okay, now here I'm done with my adhesive work, and now I'm going to let it dry for exactly 20 minutes and then we will be back. Okay guys, so it's been more than 15-20 minutes now, and can you see the patches where I have done the gold gliding? So all those areas are shining because of the adhesive. So these areas are where I have put up my gold gliding adhesive. Now it's time to stick my sheet, and here I am going to take out one of the sheets, because as you have seen that I have not done too much of adhesive work, because definitely I wanted to highlight my colors a little more. So I am going to start with a small patch of gold sheet. So let me just take a nice clean brush. I think this flat brush will work, I hope so. And now I will start sticking my sheet here, and as you can see that wherever I have put up the adhesive, my sheet is sticking there very nicely. Now I need to take up one more sheet, and I will start putting it up patch by patch, so that it's easy for me to take out the excessive ones. So of course I don't want to waste it, I don't want to overdo this, and that's the reason I'm trying to be really careful and make sure that I do this nicely. And make sure to remove the excessive parts and stick it well. Now I will be doing holding. Now this is very thin, so you have to be really careful with these. And yeah, I have stick this. Now let me do the sticking work on the other sides too. So you will see that wherever there is my adhesive, like wherever I have put up the adhesive, it is going to stick well, and on the rest of the areas it will just come out. Okay, so yeah, now let me clean up the excessive part, and I will have to be a little quick because of course I don't want this to dry out. So I'm brushing this off with the excessive gold sheet. Let me collect this and let me try using this one on the areas. This is going to give a nice rustic look, like not the complete gold work, not the complete color work, and nice blend of colors here. So yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I was going off camera here. And yeah, so this is really delicate. You have to be really careful when you are doing this. Okay, now this looks great. This looks beautiful. I know it is looking a bit messy right now, but this is looking gorgeous for sure. Now let me just see if I have missed out any of my adhesive areas, so I can pick up these pieces and try to stick that. And I think that's the best part of your gold gliding, that you can do it till your adhesive is wet and it looks gorgeous for sure. Now I am trying to remove all the excessive portions, and let me rub off all the extra parts from here and there. Okay, so this looks nice. This looks really nice. So now let me just dab my fingers and see if I have missed out any of the places, which I don't think I have. And I'm just rubbing off my dry paint brush. This is just to make sure that all the excessive parts come out now only, so that later on I can do my sealing work here. Okay, now this is good. This is really good, and this looks so amazing. Now let me just clean up this table and then we will be back. Okay, so while I was just winding up my gold gliding these pieces, I just felt that I should add some more gold gliding here and there. So I will be just brushing off my adhesive again, and I will do a bit more of gliding work, and just a tinge, just a tinge here and there. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes that I have applied my gold gliding adhesive, and now it's time to have my gold leaf pieces. Now I'll just twist it and see that wherever I have applied it, and I'm going to brush up my gold leaf pieces. Now these are the leftover pieces of what I had used, and I'm using the same, and this is just my way of saving my gold leaf pieces, because these are really expensive. These are not cheap, and of course if you can use it in some way, then why not? I always say that save your supplies, don't just waste them, be it cheaper or an expensive thing. Just make sure that you do not waste your supplies, use them wisely, use them safely. And yeah, now I'm happy with this one. Now I'm thinking that yes, I have achieved the look what I wanted. Now let me seriously clean up everything and then we will be back. Okay, so everything has settled down really well, and now it's time to add up my varnish to it. Of course I'll need a varnish to it because I am going to hang medals on these, so I need to make sure that it has a good sealer, it lasts long. So I am putting up my water-based varnish, and I'm going to apply my varnish on my complete base. So, but before applying the varnish, you need to make sure that your color and everything has dried out really well. It should not smudge at all, because otherwise you will just miss out the look and feel of the project what you wanted. So of course we don't want that for sure. And here I'm doing this only once I realize that my base has dried out completely. So, and you can see that now by this time even my gold gliding has dried out well. It is not coming out at all, and I think that's the best part of using your gold gliding, that it dries out so fast. Like, it's just the adhesive ka 20 minutes, and then you are so good to use your sheets, and then immediately it's ready. So the actual time what takes more is your adhesive time, and if you have done any of your coloring on the base, the rest of the areas, that is the time which takes up for drying, and that is important. That is really important. So yes, I am done with my color. Now if you realize I have not done the sides of this, but to these I am going to do a touch-up work for sure. So I'll do that simultaneously. So here on the top edge I am done with my varnish work. Now I need to give a nice touch-up to my edges. So for that I have decided to use this blue color, and I'll take some of the color on my lid. I'll add some water to it and some more water. I don't want this to be very dark, very thick one. And with my round thin brush I'll just color it up. So you have to be really very careful when you are doing this process, because we don't want to overdo this, and definitely we don't want to have too much of shades coming out on the front sides, because that is already something which we have done, which we have already finished. And when you're using your metallic paints, your shimmer paints, I'm sure later on you will realize that it dries out with a gold touch, which is going to complement your project really well.
à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer.
Okay, everything has dried out well by now, and it's time to do my varnish. But before that, I want to show you that how this has turned out. So these are the blue work which I did later on my gold gliding work. So can you really see that it blends well, it is mixing out well and giving it a nice rustic and shiny look. Now here I will be doing my last coat of varnish. Why last coat of varnish? Because I'm already done with my side colorings, and now I just need to seal everything up, and I'm using a flat brush because a flat brush always gives a very nice good coverage, and this is going to make sure that everything, whatever the mediums I've used on this cutout, is going to seal really well. Now this MDF project base is of 4 mm and 4 or 6 mm, and this is quite sturdy. This is really good, but you have to be a little careful, and also it has 2 holes that you can have your nails. Otherwise, how I was planning to use this is just to hang this directly on the hooks of my daughter's room, where she can have all her medals, and I hope this inspires her too. Now the final coat of varnish here, and of course once this dries out, then I'm going to do my varnish on the sides, the side colors what I have done, which is a bit wet till now. So yeah, but this my project is done, and it's absolutely looking gorgeous. So with this, it's ready. Of course, I'm listing down all the supplies down in the description box. Do check that. If you have any queries, please feel free to comment below. And one request, guys, if you have any queries about any of the material or the artwork or the process or anything, please comment on the description box below, or any of my videos. That is much more easier for me to comment and reply back. That makes my work a little easier, because when I'm on my WhatsApp or my messenger, it becomes very difficult for me to relate the questions, or many a times I miss it out, honestly. So I have a genuine request that if you want me to ask anything regarding my crafting, my projects, or if you have any queries related to art and craft, please comment on any of my videos, and I will reply back as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye bye.